Welcome in to the Lions Den here at Louisville High School for tonight's Lady Lion basketball action against the Elmwood-Murdock Lady Knights. This is Nick Krause along with Molly Steeren calling the action here tonight for varsity action live from Louisville. Molly, how are you doing tonight?
Good, Mr. Krause, how are you?
I'm doing all right. Chase Rasby is to our right running the switches at Master Control. So we want to thank him for this opportunity once again to bring the action to you, to those of you at home. Tonight, Elmwood-Murdock comes in winning their first two matches while Louisville is 1-1. And so Coach Steeren does have some keys to the game, and we will see if those keys of the game actually match up with Coach Johnson's, who shared those prior to the game. But first, we will go ahead and get Coach Steeren's take for both. Team. Coach Johnson's keys to the game actually mirror Coach Steeren's tonight, so it's pretty uncanny that Coach Steeren is actually somewhat in Coach Johnson's head. Coach Johnson said one of the top keys to this ball game tonight was handling the full and half-court pressure of Elmwood-Murdock and then making sure that they knock down jump shots so that they can keep the scoring going. Controlling the tempo was also mentioned. Coach Johnson mentioned they want to slow things down because Elmwood-Murdock's going to throw a bunch of different looks at them. They have a lot of girls that they're going to rotate in and out, so they want to make sure that they can control things within their own grasp. And finally, they want to be aggressive as well, rebounding the ball at both ends of the court. That way, they can keep those large players that Elmwood-Murdock has from taking control of this ball game. Those were Coach Johnson's keys of the game, brought to you by the hometown team.
And with that tempo, just looking at the warm-ups here, Elmwood-Murdock suiting up 12 girls tonight, and I only counting 8 down for Louisville. So controlling that tempo to keep your legs till that fourth quarter, and sometimes that slower tempo can help keep you out of foul trouble as well.
Something to watch for as this game goes along tonight. We're going to go ahead and announce the lineups, both for the visiting Elmwood-Murdock Knights and for the Louisville Lions. Coach Steeren, do you happen to have who projected?
Projected starters for the Elmwood-Murdock Knights. We got Selah Reekley as a senior forward. Bailey Fromm, number 14, is a senior point guard. Lexi Bacon, number 20, senior forward. Ella Zira, she's a junior guard, number 23. Rounding it out, number 44, Brianna Schmidt. She's a senior center, and she's 6'5", and that's that extra tall body we were talking about. That's an impressive height for C2 basketball.
And now for the home lineup, brought to you by all the home things. From clothes, the throws, and knickknacks to backpacks. Get all your home decor and nifty gifts from Christine, Allison, and the gang at All the Home Things, where they specialize in making a house a home. Starting lineup for the Louisville Lions is going to be who, Coach Steeren?
We're going to get the national anthem here quick. Sorry.
All right, we're back. We will now do the starting lineup for the Louisville Lions. Coach Steeren.
Number 11, Sagan Leach, a junior. Number 23, Avery Heilig, a senior. 25, Brooke Smith, a senior. Number 33, Jalen Gaston, a senior. And rounding it out at number 41, Ella Johnson.
And that was brought to you by All the Home Things. Remember, All the Home Things, where they specialize in making the house a home. Thank you, All the Home Things, for being a sponsor of tonight's basketball game here from the Lions Den at Louisville High School. One thing I do want to mention, last year it was really hard to call games where a lot of people were not here because they had to be home watching like the rest of you on the YouTube stream. I see those of you that are watching right now. We appreciate you joining us here tonight. But this year there are people here. It is loud. It is exciting. It's fun to have a raucous atmosphere for a basketball game like this here tonight.
And Elmwood-Murdock did a good job of bringing fans along to the game as well. Sometimes when it's just girls and boys aren't playing, you dip a little bit, but Elmwood-Murdock seemed to show up just as well.
Large crowd supporting the ladies here tonight. Band is out. Students are in camo. You can't see them, but at least we have people here supporting these ladies here tonight. new thing that Louisville's doing prior to the basketball game is recognizing a little lion who might present the game ball to the referees tonight. It was a student from the elementary, so that's really cool to have somebody like that present the game ball. Here we go, live from Louisville High School, Elmwood-Murdock, Louisville Lions. Let's play basketball.
Coach Johnson getting one last bit of advice to his girls before this tip. I'm going to imagine they're going to take a defensive tip tonight. Get the ball and get the game started.
6'5" coming across from him from Elmwood-Murdock makes Ella Johnson look really small.
She's got a big old grin on her face.
And she's smiling because she knows this may not go well. Here we go with the tip. Tip goes to Elmwood-Murdock, bringing it down the court. Number 10, Backemeyer, or number 20, Bacon.
Louisville starting out in a 2-3 zone. I think their goal tonight is to always have somebody in front and someone behind number 44. Just make it a little harder for her to score, but she found the rim pretty easy on that one.
Bucket to Schmidt, quickly into Sagan Leach. Sagan trying to get around that pressure that Coach Johnson mentioned. Whistles blow.
Foul on number 23.
23 is going to be Ella Zierett's first personal foul, first team for this ball game. Jalen Gaston's going to bring it in right next to the student section. Gets it into Heilig. Heilig brings it top of the key, towards the top of the key, backs out over the elbow to Leach. Leach over the top of the key to Gaston. Gaston over the other side. Heilig. Heilig being guarded by Bacon. Ella Johnson goes in for a layup. There's going to be, they called a travel. Called a travel on Johnson going up for the basket. Elmwood-Murdock basketball. Ball's quickly into Bailey Fromm. Down court to Bacon, who is going to drive down the baseline. Cross. And out of bounds off of Ella Zierett.
And right there off a dead ball, Elmwood tried to push that ball quick. Wear Louisville out quickly. And here it's a man-to-man press. The biggest thing for them on a man-to-man press is they got a not, Elmwood's got a not foul. And this is probably a good matchup. Ella may not be a point guard, but she can handle the ball when there's no pressure.
Elmwood-Murdock seemed to just be fine with her going and taking it. Meanwhile, number 14, Bailey Fromm, will steal the ball up court quick to Zierett. Zierett loses the handle. Brooke Smith picks it back up.
A good wall up by Sagan Leach. That could have easily been a quick foul there, and she held her own and kept her arms straight up.
Avery Heilig has it outside the wing over to Ella Johnson. Across to Sagan Leach. Sagan looking for the next pass. Dribbling towards the top near the logo. Brooke Smith has it.
Elmwood-Murdock's playing aggressive man-to-man defense, but if Louisville can set some screens and get some mismatches, they could be in some good situations, because Elmwood-Murdock's been fighting through screens, and you can get a matchup, a guard going after attacking that post and leaving her behind, or getting a taller girl on one of their shorter defenders.
First time out here taken by Coach Johnson. This is brought to you by Whitty Physical Therapy. Whitty Physical Therapy is the only physical therapy clinic in Cass County with a warm water aquatic therapy pool. It allows patients of all ages to work on their deficits in a manner that is often more comfortable than traditional land therapy. This is just one of the ways that Whitty Physical Therapy could help you. Call them at 402-234-3333 to learn more about aquatic therapy or to schedule a free consultation. Inbound's going to come to Avery Heilig. Heilig up to Leach. Leach decides to go across to Smith. Smith back to Leach.
Elmwood-Murdock is sitting in a somewhat of a sagging 1-3-1. It looks like they're going to maybe trap the corners a little more than the top.
Zierett's going to knock the ball out of bounds. Who's going to stay with Louisville. Elmwood-Murdock was still with a 2-0 advantage at 6:15 to go in the first quarter.
What they did there is they switched defense after the timeout to hopefully get rid of any set play that Coach Johnson could have called, and now they're right back into their man-to-man defense.
Brooke Smith over on the wing, down to the corner. Fromm playing tight D. Ella Johnson getting trapped. Gets it to the lane. Passes out to Avery Heilig. Heilig determining what she wants to do. She looks like she wants to take a shot, but passes off to Ella Johnson, back into Heilig. Down the baseline. Getting trapped underneath. Finds Ella Johnson, resets outside the perimeter.
Right now, Louisville just needs to settle in. They're not really running their offense. They're just kind of playing, and I think if they settle in and set some screens, they can get some mismatches.
Bailey Fromm comes down with the rebound. Gets it down court to the top of the key to CeeLo Rickley. Rickley over to Zirett. Zirett to Fromm. Fromm inside to Bacon for 2 points.
That's a shot that Louisville can't get up. Bacon's their leading scorer on the season. Got to know where she's at all the time.
3-point shot up by Heilig, and it's no good. Rebound, Schmidt, Elmwood-Murdock quickly up the court. Bailey Fromm loses the handle, but gets it back to Bacon. Bacon thought about a shot, goes in the lane, passes it out to Rickley. Rickley's 2-point shot is up and no good. Karam's right off the rim. Meanwhile, Fromm has it, goes up for the left-hander, and it's good. 6-0 Elmwood-Murdock Lady Knights.
Louisville's just not closing those gaps right now. Elmwood-Murdock's doing a great job of hitting those mid-range jumpers. On offense, they need to not press and just kind of settle in and run their offense.
Sagan gets it into Jalen, back out to Sagan. Heilig being trapped.
We got a 1-3-1 again. So that's a good move. That's a good little hook. A little more oomph and it's in.
Rebound to Bacon. Bacon quickly up to Fromm. Fromm cross court to Zirett. Zirett quickly across the Fromm. Trying to find pass in, but there's going to be a foul called.
Jalen Gaston.
Jalen Gaston's first personal foul. That's team foul number 1 for Louisville.
We got subs. Leah Kalkowski's entering the game for Louisville, and there's 3 of them for Elmwood-Murdock here.
Number 34, Jordan Vogler, as well as number 10, Tatum Backmeyer, and you see the other one, Coach Steer?
Not 14, 12.
12, Lainey Fromm. Lainey Fromm will inbound the basketball right in front of the Louisville bench. Coach Johnson has his hands on his head, frustrated with what's happening here early tonight. Pass to the corner to number 10, Tatum Backmeyer. Backmeyer to Fromm. Back out to Lainey Fromm. Shot is up and no good. Ricochets off the iron. Jalen Gaston with the rebound. Sagan Leach quickly up the court. Gets it off to Avery Heilig. Back up to Sagan. Sagan across the brook. Over to Leah. Kalkowski gets it to Sagan Leach, looking down in for Jalen Gaston, but the ball is tipped away. Save, but it was picked up by Lainey Fromm. Lainey Fromm quickly down court for Elmwood-Murdock. Over to the logo near the elbow. Ball quickly into Bacon. Bacon goes up for 2, and it's good. That's 8-0 lead right now for Elmwood-Murdock. Now it's Coach Johnson's going to go ahead and take a full timeout here.
What Elmwood-Murdock's doing really well right now against this 2-3 zone is we have to take, or Louisville has to give so much pressure on that 44 underneath the basket. They're leaving the middle open. So 20's finding that gap right in the middle of the court and exposing really that donut. And Elmwood-Murdock's doing a great job of getting her the ball. And like I said, she's their leading scorer. She's not missing right now. So they're going to have to either adjust and go man or be able to bring somebody up and get to her a little bit quicker.
Lexi Bacon right now with 4 points through the first quarter. Bailey Fromm and Brenna Schmidt have both chipped in 2 apiece. 3:28 here left in the first quarter. 8-0 lead, Elmwood-Murdock Knights. This timeout, once again, is brought to you by Witty Physical Therapy. Did you know that you don't always need a script or physician referral to come to physical therapy? Oftentimes, patients can access a physical therapist without having to see their physician first. See what your insurance requires. Just give them a call at 402-234-3333. They'll take your insurance information and find out what your benefits are. This can save you time and money and get you back in the game faster. Once again, thank you, Witty Physical Therapy, for all your support of Louisville activities and athletics.
Elmwood-Murdock's going to come out in their 1-3-1 again. We talked about tempo, and Louisville wants to slow it down. They still need to be aggressive on offense and play fast on offense. You can slow the tempo and still play quick and look quick for baskets and cut quick.
Right now, Leah Karkowski's trying to find the outlook pass over to Heilig. Heilig back across to Sagan Leach. Sagan Leach goes up for a 3, but it's blocked. Meanwhile, the ball's juggled around. Lainey Fromm has it, goes up for layup. It's good. 10-0, 3:04 to go. First quarter.
And right now, Elmwood's controlling the tempo tremendously. They're making Louisville uncomfortable, and they're pushing the ball hard.
Fromms are trying to get around Leah Kalkowski, but meanwhile, ball goes down to Jalen Gaston, taken away by number 10, Tatum Backmeyer. Ball quickly up court. Laney Fromm gets it into Vogler. Vogler shot is knocked down, picked up by Brooke Smith.
Louisville adjusted there. Got a girl defender to the middle and made that shot a whole lot harder than it's been all first quarter.
Down in the corner, three-point shot is up. Ricochets out. Sagan Leach with the rebound. She is whacked as she goes up for the shot.
She'll shoot two here. That was maybe Louisville's fourth shot attempt so far this game. Haven't got the opportunities to get a lot of shots up.
Foul was on number 34, Jordan Vogler. Oh, it's 1-4. Correction, that was on number 14, Bailey Fromm. That's her first, team's second. First shot was up and no good for Sagan Leach.
So far in the season, Louisville shooting 46% from the free throw line.
Second shot is up and good, and there we go. The first point to scratch across on the Louisville side, 10-1 with 2:20 to go in the first quarter.
Nice to get that lid off the bucket.
Quickly down court goes Elmwood-Murdock. Zierit's back into the ballgame for Elmwood-Murdock Knights, as well as Schmidt. Schmidt's going up against Abby Bruce, who also checked in, and Brooke Smith. Meanwhile, quick ball passing by Elmwood-Murdock. Hot potato. Brenna Schmidt goes up and traveled.
Coach Johnson had that scouted. She turns to her left almost every time, so if you can stand there and be ready and make it a little more difficult for her to make that move, that puts you in a pretty good position.
Inbounding the basketball for Louisville will be Brooke Smith over to Sagan Leach. Sagan will bring it up. A little quicker pace across to Leah Kalkowski. Kalkowski gets it into Heilig, who's being guarded by the 6'5 Schmidt, and takes it back out the top of the key. Leach over the elbow to Kalkowski, who lost her footing and the dribble. And then Sagan Leach sends Zierit into a tumble. Foul's going to be on number 11, Sagan Leach. It's her first personal foul, team second of the half. 1:42 to go into the ball game. Back in the ball game for Elmwood-Murdock's number 20, Lexi Bacon. Lexi will get it into Laney Fromm. Brings it across the logo, over to Zierit at the elbow, over the top. Laney Fromm over to Backenmeyer. Backenmeyer goes down the corner, being guarded by Kalkowski. Fromm gets it into Bacon. Bacon back out to Backenmeyer for a three-point shot. Up and boom! Three-point bucket for Backenmeyer. That's going to put the score up to 13-1.
That's tough when you put a lot of focus on that height and have one in front, one behind. You're going to leave somebody open, and they found her, and she drained it.
Foul is going to be called on number 20, Lexi Bacon. That's going to be her first personal foul. That's going to be team foul number 3 for the half for Elmwood-Murdock. Checking into the lineup is actually number 15. We have that someplace on a score sheet.
It was a great job dumping it down to Abby Bruce and just couldn't quite finish. That high-low is really important, especially against the 1-3-1.
Quickly down court, Elmwood-Murdock goes. Laney Fromm at the top. Passes off the elbow. Lexi Bacon down the lane, goes up for the shot. It's no good. Kalkowski gets it in, but Zierit takes it.
Big rule is to not save the ball under the other team's basket.
Quickly, Elmwood-Murdock gets it to Schmidt, and it's denied by Kalkowski.
That got the crowd fired up.
Down the corner, over to Schmidt. Sagan Leach not afraid to battle this Goliath. The I-legs guarding Laney Fromm. Crowd still getting into it regardless of the score. Ball knocked away.
Staying with Elmwood-Murdock.
Stays with Elmwood-Murdock.
Jalen Gaston back into the game for Louisville.
Number 15's Claire Ernst for Elmwood-Murdock. Ball's passed in to Laney Fromm. Laney Fromm over to Zierit. Zierit being guarded by Heilig. Zierit gets to the top of the key, passes off to Fromm. Quickly down to Bacon. Bacon trying to attack the lane, gets it out to Schmidt. To Zierit, over to Fromm. Over to Zierit. Crowd trying to get them to shoot early, but it didn't work. Bacon's shot is denied, but there will be a foul called on number 41, Ella Johnson. That's going to be her first personal foul. That's going to be team foul number 3 of the half.
Louisville coaches thought it was awfully clean.
Coach Johnson telling his ladies to box out. Lexi Bacon going line, shooting 2. Her first shot is up, and it's good. Lexi Bacon's 5th point of this quarter.
Got about 6 seconds once that clock starts.
Shot is up and no good. Rebound, Ella Johnson.
Oh, that's a big foul there.
That will be Brenna Schmidt's second personal foul?
Yep. First
personal foul. That's going to be team foul number 4 for Elmwood-Murdock.
Coaches never like when you foul 90 feet from your basket.
Pass is out of bounds near the timeline. Elmwood-Murdock will have it with 2.2 to go. Claire Ernst will inbound the ball.
Louisville was a little rushed there, and the rule is however many seconds are on the board is how many dribbles you have. And try to go a little too quick.
Ball's passed into Lexi Bacon with less than a second. Her shot goes up and no good off the backboard. Karam's off the iron. After 1 quarter of play here at the Lions Den, visiting Elmwood-Murdock Lady Knights 14, home Louisville Lady Lions 1. What are you seeing besides the tempo play of Elmwood-Murdock pushing and making those shots? Or what else are you witnessing tonight, Coach Steeren?
Louisville girls need to take care of the basketball just a little bit better. They're handling the full court pressure just fine. When they get into that half court offense, they need to slow down just a little bit, find that open girl, and not force. They're gonna have to be patient. But when you only score 1 point a quarter, you're looking to score, and you're looking to score quick. That might not happen, especially against a 1-3-1 zone. You're gonna have to be patient, find the open girls, and you're gonna have to move and find those gaps. Defensively, Louisville's just gotta close those gaps. Elmwood-Murdock's doing a great job of getting in the middle of the court, finding that rim, and finding the open girls. When everybody crashes, when all the Louisville girls crash into that middle of the zone and Elmwood-Murdock kicks it out, and the shooters that they are, they're knocking them down right now. If they can close out just a little bit quicker and put a little more pressure on them, that might help Louisville's on defense.
That quarter break was brought to you by Family Dental. Louisville Family Dental brings smiles to rural Nebraska. Dr. Piper Larson's practice in Louisville offers preventative services, restorations, whitening, traditional orthodontics, Invisalign, Botox, and more. Call them at 402-234-3000 to schedule an appointment. Thank you, Family Dental, for your support of Louisville activities.
Elmwood-Murdock's going to come out and start in a man-to-man defense.
Louisville basketball to start the quarter quickly down in the corner to Johnson. Johnson over the Leach, over the top of the key. Looking for the next pass.
Ran a set there trying to get Avery Heilig a three-point shot in the corner and just didn't quite get that screen set hard enough.
Avery's got the ball off the Leach. Ella Johnson fighting underneath against Vogler, trying to get open.
Ella Johnson's got a size advantage here, and they got to utilize her because she finishes really well around the basket.
Into Jalen Gaston for the two-point shot. Ball bounces around, ends up in the hands of number 20, Lexi Bacon for Elmwood-Murdock. Quickly down court. Elmwood-Murdock comes again. Bailey Fromm passes off to Zirett. Zirett to Fromm. Fromm looking for Vogler underneath. Denied. Jalen Gaston with the block. Ball ends up in Louisville hands. Quickly up court. Ella Johnson for 2. Ball bounces off the iron, but rebound. Jalen Gaston, but she touched the end line. Out of bounds.
That was a great look ahead to get Ella the ball. She just got herself a little too far underneath that basket, but that's exactly what they want to do. If they can get that Ella beating girls down the court, that's pretty helpful.
Ball quickly. Elmwood-Murdock keeping the tempo going. Tried to get it into Bacon, bounced around.
Louisville girls are much more conscious of that girl in the middle this quarter than they were the first.
Ball finds the audience. Louisville basketball.
Noticing here, sometimes zone can kind of help keep our legs, but Avery and Sagan Leach, Avery Heilig and Sagan Leach have not come out of the ball game yet. So I understand walking it up the court on that one.
Ella Johnson came out of that in that last buzz and brought in Leah Kalkowski. Smaller lineup for Louisville.
It was a great attack with that left hand and draw that foul.
Then go to the line, Avery Heilig. The foul's going to be called on. Looks like 34, Jordan Vogler. That's going to be her first personal foul. That's going to be team foul number 5 for this half. The line shooting 2, Avery Heilig. First shot is up and good, bringing the score to 14-2.
Wood-Murdock got some subs back into the ball game.
Brenna Schmidt making her presence known down there, low post. Second shot is up and good, 14-3. Elmwood-Murdock, 11-point advantage with 6:29 to go. Ball quickly down court. Ziert has the ball, passes off to Bacon. Bacon goes up for the left-handed layup. No good. Rebound, Brooke Smith. Sagan quickly back up court. Cross court to Leah Kalkowski. About the free throw line. Gets it over to the top. Sagan Leach back to Kalkowski. Trying to get it down.
Elmwood-Murdock's back in a 1-3-1, and that's tough for offenses when the defense is changing every 2 to 3 possessions. It's hard to get in a rhythm. It's hard to get in that groove.
Sagan wanted to take a shot, but missed the chance, and is now looking for the next outlook pass. Meanwhile, over on the side, Avery Heilig's wide open, but Jalen Gaston takes a shot and does not find the iron. Rebound, Bailey Fromm. Fromm quickly over to Tatum Backemeyer at the wing.
They just missed Avery on that one. When the ball goes to the middle against the zone, the kick out should be the other direction, and Avery was at the other direction waiting for it.
Oh, Greta Schmidt with the rebound over the top of Jalen Gaston. Keeps the ball with Elmwood-Murdock. Jalen's going to fight.
It's good defense.
Bacon, but Schmidt with the rebound. Back out to Bailey Fromm. Shot is up and no good. Rebound, Lexi Bacon. Ziert outlooked over to the Schmidt.
Bank.
The bank is open. 2 points for Brenna Schmidt. Brings up the score 16-3.
If I had a shot chart, I'd guess a majority of Elmwood's shots have come right from that 10-footer, right at the free throw line, right inside that. They're just finding that gap and finding it well.
Brooke Smith down in the corner being trapped by Tatum Backemeyer. Gets it off to Kalkowski, who's trapped by a host of Knights. And a timeout is going to be called by Coach Johnson.
Coach Johnson has now used
Three
timeouts so far this game.
And then what is Elmwood-Murdock going to do when they come out of the timeout? Because that seems to be whatever Coach Johnson draws up. Like you mentioned earlier, they're going to find a way to kind of put a stop to it.
They were in a 1-3-1. Last possession, I'd say they probably either go man or 2-3 zone. I know a lot of teams like to play a 2-3 zone on out-of-bounds plays because it's a lot harder to screen and lose a girl. But we'll see what they come out with. I would imagine it's something different.
Once again, timeouts are brought to you by Whitty Physical Therapy and 24/7 Wellness. Whitty 24/7 Wellness is open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 a year. Provides members the opportunity to jump on a treadmill, elliptical, stair climber, or bike. Members also have access to a variety of cable and free weight systems to increase their strength. If you're needing physical therapy or need to improve your wellness, give them a call at 402-234-3333.
Louisville setting up in a box set, an off-center box set. I'd imagine some screens here.
Gets it quickly in to Sagan Leach to cross to Smith. Smith over to Kalkowski for two. It's going to be off. But the save, Louisville. Sagan Leach has it. Gets it over to Kalkowski. Coach Dwyer calling out to his defense for Elmwood-Murdock. Over to Leach. Leach with a three-point look up and no good. None of these three-pointers are falling for Louisville. Brooke quickly with the rebound over the top of the key. Sagan Leach loses the handle. Meanwhile, maintains control, gets it over to Jalen Gaston. Avery Heilig, a three is up and boom!
That was the most composed shot a Louisville girl has taken tonight, and that's what it took. She was composed, she had her feet set, and drained it.
Score 16-6, 10-point advantage. Elmwood-Murdock, 4:09 to go. Bailey Fromm quickly from the free throw line, up and good. 18-6 with 4:03 to go.
Lost that girl in the middle once again. I would imagine that's an adjustment Coach Johnson's going to talk about quite a bit. Actually, probably Coach Hahn. He's more the defense guy at halftime.
Can imagine it now. As animated as Coach Hahn gets on the sideline, he'll be that much animated in the locker room. Avery Heilig has it over to the corner to Brooke Smith. Brooke Smith's shot is up. Ricochets off, but rebound. Leah Kalkowski goes up. Foul is called. The referees are going to confer. Jump ball is called. Ball is going to go to Elmwood-Murdock.
That's a tough call. Leah had two girls around her, busted butt for that rebound, and this guy maybe just had a little bit different angle.
Seems like we had a decent angle up here at the top of the gym, but we're not the ones calling the game. Meanwhile, Bailey Fromm quickly across the court, over towards the logo.
You got a new player for Louisville. Ella Aberg's entering the game for the first time.
Jalen Gaston got in and broke it up on Brenna Schmidt's shot. It was no good, but meanwhile, Elmwood-Murdock came down with the basketball. Avery Heilig gets the ball knocked away from Tatum Backemeyer. Tatum Backemeyer is going to attack, gets it into Schmidt. Schmidt over to Lainey Fromm. Lainey Fromm in the key, gets it off to Lexi Bacon, who's going to go up with the ball, and it's up and good. 2 points, Lexi Bacon. That's going to be her 7th point of the night. Quickly, Louisville coming up the court, down 20-6. 2:55 to go in the first half. Lee Kalkowski with the head fake. Ella Aberg goes up for three. It's no good. Ball's going to keep bouncing Lexi Bacon's hands. Lexi quickly gets it down to about the free throw line. Bailey Fromm almost came off her shoes there. Tatum Backemeyer take a shot, up and no good. Rebound. Brenna Schmidt quickly back in for two. Brenna Schmidt, 6 points on the night for Elmwood-Murdock.
Schmidt owns her role. She gets those rebounds and quick putbacks, and she does a great job of finding the girl on the opposite side of the court to get a kick out.
Ella Aberg's pass is deflected by Tatum Backemeyer. Avery Heilig making Lexi Bacon work right now. Passes it out from the Fromm girls. Fromm girl to Backemeyer. Backemeyer, Bacon to Fromm, into Brenda Schmidt, whose shot is up and rolls and down.
That was great ball movement by Elmwood-Murdock. They whipped it around. They got a defender on the high side for Schmidt and dumped it right in. Louisville is getting more consistent shots in these last few minutes. They still need to be patient and have a little bit crisper passes.
Avery Heilig about the elbow, moving up court. Back to Ella Aberg, who's got an open shot. Up for three, but it's too strong.
Leah Kalkowski with a push from behind there.
It's going to be Leah Kalkowski's first personal foul. That's team fourth of the half. Host of Knights coming back into the ball game. Meanwhile, Abby Bruce jumps back in for the Louisville lineup.
This is going to be a big stop. Louisville's got to get a couple stops here and get some buckets. They've been getting significant more shots. They just need to get them to fall.
Laney Fromm quickly over to Ella Zierett. Zierett over to Sela Rickley. Over the top to Lady Fromm. The Zierett to Fromm. Fromm's trying to get it into Schmidt, who puts it up and in. That's another 2 points for Brenda Schmidt, who's up to 10 points on tonight. 1:20 to go, 26-6.
They're doing a great job of finding her, and Louisville's got two girls on her, but she can just put it right over the top.
That's what height does.
Schmidt has, what'd you say, 10 points tonight?
10 points tonight.
She has, prior to this, she's got 12 points on the season. Taking advantage of the height differentiation.
Coach Johnson takes another timeout here. Once again, timeouts are sponsored by Woody Physical Therapy. Woody Physical Therapy is here to serve all Lions, past and present. Woody Physical Therapy offers a full-service physical therapy clinic with the staff expertise to treat a variety of conditions. Our staff are trained in pediatrics through geriatrics, orthopedics, women's health, vestibular, and balance therapy. Warm water aquatic therapy pool is waiting as an option to work with those patients who need it. Pool is the only one in the area and is much closer than driving to Omaha or Lincoln. Woody Physical Therapy, they want to help people who need therapy and those who are looking to better their wellness. Call Dan and his crew at 402-234-3333. Thank you, Woody Physical Therapy, for your support of Louisville Lion Athletics.
Elmwood-Murdock's going to have the timeout advantage when it comes to the second half, because you get 5 a game. They haven't used any, and Coach Johnson is down to 1.
Trying to stop momentum from the Elmwood-Murdock side. Coach Johnson's really going to be in a pickle when it comes to trying to find that opportunity in the second half to take a timeout and change momentum.
Elmwood's coming out, looks like man-to-man defense, so once again switching it up after a timeout.
Quickly, Avery Heilig is going to push off. That's going to be Avery Heilig's first personal foul. That's going to be team foul number 5 of the half for the Lions.
Once that arm gets extended, it's not much of a challenge for that official to make that call.
Avery seemed disgusted, but it was hard to defend that, literally. Meanwhile, Elmwood-Murdock quickly, Ernst has the ball. A 2-point shot is up and no good. Rebound's going to go to Vogler. Vogler gets it back out, and Bailey Fromm's going for 3. Shot is up and no good. Rebound, Avery Heilig. Quickly down the court. Lions come.
They're going to work quick for a shot. They'd probably like to get at least 2 opportunities to score here.
Ball is going to be tipped out of bounds.
A little more zip on that pass, and it might have got to her hands.
Kind of rainbowed in, and Bailey Fromm said, out of bounds. Lions swap in some players. Kalkowski, Bruce, Mayberg will take a seat.
Look for Ella Johnson coming into toward the rim here for an easy bunny.
And there it is, just like Coach said, Coach Steeren said, but it was denied. Her shot was a little too strong. Rebound, Ella Zierett.
2 opportunities. It was right there. That play worked. I hope they go back to it again in the second half.
Coach Dwyer calling in what he wants on offense.
They're going to go for one shot here, I'd imagine.
16 seconds ago, first half, Bailey Fromm going for 3. Shot is up. Hits the top of the backboard.
Looks like it hit the shot clock up there. We got shot clocks on top of the scoreboards or the backboards.
Added this year. Meanwhile, Avery Heilig quickly brings it across the logo in the timeline. 5 seconds remaining. Elmwood-Murdock trying to get them to take the quick shot. 1 second left. Shot is up and no good. And that's the end of the first half. Elmwood-Murdock Lady Knights coming into the Lions Den with the lead 26-6.
Both teams hustled off the court. Sometimes when you're in a position like 26-6, it'd be really easy to walk off, and those girls hustle down. So hopefully they come out with some spunk.
Elmwood-Murdock is being led right now by Brenna Schmidt with 10 points. Lexi Bacon chipping in 7 herself. Bailey Fromm 4. Tatum Backmeyer 3. And Laney Fromm 2. Meanwhile, for Louisville, Avery Heilig has 5 points, and Sagan Leach has a single free throw shot. Halftime is brought to you by The Market. The Market, where fresh and local meets community. Come see them daily for fresh rotisserie chicken, and come visit them for your holiday needs. The Market sponsoring the halftime, as well as the Eyes on the Pride, a review of Lion activities in the recent weeks. First off, we want to congratulate the girls wrestling team. This past week, the Louisville girls wrestling team competed at Conestoga and took first place at the meet. Catalina and Daisha both won first place in their weight divisions, and everyone else placed either second or third. So congratulations to the girls wrestling team on this major achievement. First one ever for Louisville High School. Meanwhile, in esports action, Louisville was represented at the Fall State Esports Championships. Terry Dillard came home state champion in Hearthstone in his division, while Dominic Whiff was third in a separate division of Hearthstone. Congratulations to Terry and Dom on their fall esports finishes. Best of luck as you move forward into the winter season. And finally, one act. Last week, their play production squad competed at districts. They competed at Midland University in Class B, and they were slightly beaten by Fremont Bergen by 3 points. Correction, C1. They were slightly beaten by Fremont Bergen by 3 points, finishing with the runner-up plaque. Team had a really successful season, winning their division at York and claiming the Capital Conference title. They also finished runner-up at the Kearney Festival. Congratulations to One Act on their successful season. And this was Eyes of the Pride, a weekly look back at Louisville activities. That was brought to you by The Market, where fresh and local meets community. Thank you, Market, for your support of Louisville. Welcome back into the Lions Den here at Louisville High School. This is Vic Krause along with Molly Steering calling action tonight between Elmwood-Murdock Lady Knights and the Louisville Lady Lions. Going back to Coach Johnson, keys of the game, as well as Coach Stearns. She can chime in here in a minute, but looking at Coach Johnson, keys of the game, a couple things have stuck out. Making sure to knock down jump shots. Louisville was forcing shots early or didn't have much chance because of the pressure that Coach Johnson mentioned in his first key, as well as when they tried to take shots or pass. Elmwood-Murdock was quickly there to take the ball, strip it, and go down the court and make shots. Where the score is at 26-6 at half. Meanwhile, unofficial counts at this point, but boards at both ends was something that Coach Johnson mentioned. And right now at the half, Elmwood-Murdock is leading with rebounds at 15-10. Those quick putbacks by number 44, Brenna Schmidt, is kind of that difference maker on the defensive end or the offensive end for Elmwood-Murdock.
And one thing Louisville can do, they're doing a good job of getting someone in front and someone behind, but the perimeter defenders can get those hands up, make that initial into the post pass significantly more difficult, so those guards can't get it to her as easily, and gives those inside defenders a chance to tip it and get a knockout.
Louisville did try to handle that shooter right in the middle that Coach Stearns noted early, and they got someone right there, and they're fighting for some boards, which is why the boards got a lot closer by the end of the half. It's just going to come down to making those jump shots, finding that open person. There were three-point shots attempted many times by Louisville. They just were either a little too short, a little too long, but not down the middle. One three-point shot made out of at least 5. So Louisville's going to get back into this one. They're going to have to make sure their shots are sure and steady.
They're going to start with the ball. Elmwood-Murdock coming out in those different defenses makes it real hard to find that groove, but Louisville has to remember they can't score 20 points in one possession. They need to just chip away and knock down the shots they've knocked down so far this year.
Jalen Gaston gets it over to Sagan Leach to start the second half. Brooke Smith thought about a three-point shot there. They're going to get it over to Avery Heilig.
That's a tried and true special or set play for Louisville, and they were close to getting those open looks, a couple harder screens, and you got at least 2 opportunities for three-pointers.
Quickly into Ella Johnson being battled against Schmidt. Decides to pull up her dribble, gets it over to Avery Heilig.
And for a young player, Ella Johnson, not just turning it and chucking it up when she got in trouble. That's great composure, great patience, and knowing what defender she's got behind her.
Louisville still has the ball, controlling this tempo, slowing it down. Referee starting to count because of the inaction by Sagan Leach over quickly to Avery Heilig. Avery calling for a screen. Gets it, takes a three-point shot. It's off the backboard. Ella Johnson gets it, puts it up and in.
Great board, kept that ball high, didn't let it drop where those guards could get it, and put it right off the backboard.
Brings the score 8-26 here with 6:52 left in the third quarter.
Louisville's made an adjustment here on defense. They've gone man-to-man, give a different look. If 44 wants to go play out there, let her. Ella Johnson can kind of sit in, but just something different to kind of get them out of that outside shooting rhythm. Backside help's important. When you have a tall Ella Johnson's working tail end off to stay in front, you got to have help on the backside so that lob goes away.
Bailey Fromm with the behind the back,
Good
but
hustle.
then Louisville gets it. Couple tumbling bodies on the floor.
Typically in that situation, you're going to call a timeout, but with Coach Johnson only having 1 timeout left, that was really smart of Brooke Smith to not call one and wait for that jump ball or try to get rid of it ahead of time.
Ball's going to go to Elmwood-Murdock on that jump ball call. Ella Zierett passes it into Brenna Schmidt. Once again, Brenna Schmidt, 6'5".
23's coming up.
Ella Zierett back out with the ball. Takes it to the top of the key, gets it over the wing. Sela Rickley over to Bailey Fromm to Lexi Bacon. Lexi Bacon's going to make her way down the lane. Shot is up, no good, off the backboard. Ball's bouncing around. Jalen Gaston saves it, gets it over to Sagan Leach.
Much more contested shot there for Elmwood-Murdock. A little bit better defense by Louisville.
They backed off Brooke Smith there, who was looking quickly over to Kalkowski for the pass. Kalkowski brings it across to get it over to Sagan Leach. Sagan gets it down towards Jalen Gaston. Passes out to Brooke Smith for 3.
That was
Shazam-ba-bam! 3-point shot up and good. Brooke Smith, 11:20 6, 5:28 to go.
Also good patience by Jalen Gaston, not just turning and chucking, but finding that open shooter and getting it to her. Brooke had plenty of time to set up and hit that three.
Speaking of Brooke, Brooke came down with that rebound off of Ella Zirit's misguided three-point shot. Now the three-point shot is up and boom!
When it rains, it pours, doesn't it? There we go. They just need a little.
Kalkowski makes the next one. Coach Dwyer decides to take a timeout. 5:07 to go here in the third quarter. A couple three-point shots quickly gets Louisville back in this ballgame, down 12, 14-26.
I'm not very good at math, but that's an 8-0 run to start the quarter. That's just, or start the half. That's just what Louisville needed. Last two games they've played, they come out in the third quarter and haven't started real quick. I would imagine that was a point of emphasis in practice yesterday and any walkthrough they had today, and it must have sank through with them.
Yes, 8-0 run to start this second half. Lady Lions are coming out hot. See if they can continue it after this timeout taken by Coach Dwyer and Elmwood-Murdock. Lady Knights, once again, all those timeouts taken in the first half. Try to slow down momentum. Let's see if Coach Dwyer can get the momentum slowed down from the Lions side. Inbound pass, Bailey Fromm. Bailey Fromm brings it across the timeline. Passes over to Laney Fromm. Fromm over down in the corner. Zirit to the top. Bailey Fromm. She's going to attack the elbow. Gets it off to Laney Fromm for two. It's no good. Rebound, Leah Kalkowski. Lions coming up quick up the court.
That man-to-man pressure by Louisville is making those shots just a little more contested.
Foul is going to be called on number 10, Tatum Backemeyer. That's Tatum Backemeyer's first personal foul. That's going to be team foul number 1 for this half. Inbound underneath the hoop, well, on their side. Leah Kalkowski is going to pass it in. Leah finds Brooke Smith. Top of the key, goes up for three. Shot is off, but rebound by Leah Kalkowski.
Oh, that's a foul there.
Foul is going to be called on number 10, Tatum Beckmeyer. That's her second personal foul, team's second of the half. Inbound goes to Jalen Gaston. Jalen goes up with the right hand. It's up and
great
rolls
move.
Out.
Great move. Just a little more finesse, and that goes in.
Down court, Elmwood-Murdock comes with more pace. Passes over the corner, Lexi Bacon. Lexi Bacon with 7 points on the night. Passes over to Tatum Backemeyer, whose shot is up and no good. Balances out. Ella Zirit with the rebound. Zirit quickly around the defense. Passes back to Bacon. Bacon attacks the lane. Goes up. It's good. 2 points for Lexi Bacon, brings the score 28-14, Elmwood-Murdock advantage.
That was a hard drive. They did a good job of working together there offensively. Drive and get a help defender to come over and then kick it out.
Avery Heilig tried to go underneath, but ball was knocked away, but ended up in Elmwood-Murdock's Tatum Backemeyer's hands. Zirit goes up for the shot. It's going to be fouled. Let's see which one will get called for the foul. It was either Brooke or Leah. Foul's going to be on Leah Kalkowski. That's going to be her second personal foul, and that's going to be the first team foul of the half for the Lady Lions. Zirit's going to go to the line shooting 2. First shot is up, and it's good. It's going to be Zirit's first made free throw of the night and her first point.
Got Ella Aberg entering the game for Louisville.
Second shot is going to be up and no good. It's
no
short,
rim.
no
Yep,
rim, so it's going to be Louisville line basketball.
Leah Kalkowski was hidden down in this corner over here, and if that would have gone in, Louisville might have got a quick, easy layup. No one was paying attention. Elmwood-Murdock comes out in a 1-2-1-1-ish press. Just try to throw Louisville off a little bit. Looks like they're dropping into zone. Looks like a 2-3 this time.
Ball quickly getting passed around.
Oh, 1-3-1. 1-3-1.
Ella Aberg off kilter from the top of the key. Ball's tipped once again. Laney Fromm getting some ups. Ella Aberg's going up for three.
Oh,
Bam!
nice.
There it is. That's a 3-point shot.
First time she's touched the ball coming off the bench and drains it. So it's a good way to come out hot.
17-29, 3:10 to go in the third quarter. Tatum Backemeyer with the move around the defense. Elmwood-Murdock's not afraid to go around the defense to try to take shots.
They attack the basket hard. They work downhill well. They don't dribble around the perimeter a whole lot. If they dribble, they go somewhere.
Tam Backemeyer being guarded by Heilig. Ball's quickly around to Laney Fromm, who attacks. Gives it to Schmidt. Schmidt to Backemeyer. Backemeyer goes over for 2-point shot. It's up and no good. Two people fight, but down comes Leah Kalkowski, who's going to bring it down herself.
She does a great job rebounding. Leah's not a super tall girl, and she's gotten in and fought for position and gotten a lot of rebounds tonight.
Ball's quickly over to the corner. Brooke Smith for 3. Up and no good. Bounces out. Iron unkind. Elmwood-Murdock. Lexi Bacon came down with it, passed it off. And then Ella Johnson's going to be called for the foul. It's going to be team foul number 2 for the half for the Lions, and that is Ella Johnson's second personal foul of the game.
Louisville's shots are not as rushed this quarter so far, much more composed. If they can have a few more crisp passes, it's really hard to not lob it over the top of that 1-3-1. If we can do some ball fakes and bounce passes, they might get a few more opportunities.
Fromm has it at the top, passes off to Fromm. And no, that was not to herself. Meanwhile, Sela Rickley takes a 3-point shot, is up and no good. Rebound, Jalen Gaston.
It's a good closeout by Avery. Avery helped off her girl on 44 and still was able to recover.
Ball down the corner to Ella Hayberg. Shot is up and no good, but ball ends up in Bailey Fromm's hand. She comes down quickly for Elmwood-Murdock. Passes off to Rickley. Rickley back to Fromm. Fromm gets it in to Schmidt. Over to Laney Fromm. Laney gives it off to Bailey. Bailey to Celia Rickley.
We're sitting back in man-to-man again. We're staying in man-to-man. Avery's doing a great job of helping. Louisville's doing a good job of knowing where 44 is to help extra on her.
Leah knocks the ball out of Lexi Bacon's hand. It's going to stay with Elmwood-Murdock. Back in the lineup for Elmwood-Murdock is going to be number 34, Jordan Vogler, taking the place of Lexi Bacon.
This man-to-man has been a good adjustment for Louisville. They have a little more energy, a little bit more movement, a little bit more fight on the defensive end of the court.
All right, here we go. Bailey Fromm gets it to Brenna Schmidt.
Pick and roll had a mismatch. Great help defense by Louisville.
Rickley gets it over to Schmidt. Schmidt to Fromm on the wing, gets to the free throw line, takes the shot. She's been hit and miss all night. Brings the score of 31-17.
Elmwood-Murdock does a great job of those mid-range jumpers.
Avery Heilig with the 3-point shot. It's good. Advantage is only 11 with 1:02 to go. 31-20, Elmwood-Murdock.
She knew she was shooting that before she caught it. She was ready.
3-point shot by Laney Fromm is up and good. The dagger extends the lead back to 14, 53.2 to go.
I would imagine Coach Ryer over there is a little frustrated. I would imagine in their scouting report it said no where Avery Heilig is along that 3-point line. She's a good 3-point shooter, and that was about as open as she's been all night.
It's the way it looks right now as he's explaining it to his girls right now. Very animated over on his side. Meanwhile, Coach Johnson, same idea. Both coaches really getting into their girls right now during this timeout.
Yeah, Coach Johnson's telling them to keep the spacing on the floor and attack downhill, attack toward that basket. Louisville has not done a lot of that tonight. They've settled sometimes for those outside shots and attack that basket. Get somebody to come off and help and dump it down for an easy layup.
Here we go, coming out of the timeout. Louisville will have the ball. Elmwood-Murdock's backing off on their press at the moment.
Sitting in that 1-3-1, it's worked so far. They're gonna stay in it here, and it's a high 1-3-1. Usually that bottom girl's sitting underneath the basket, and she's almost halfway up to the free throw line.
Picked her up about the midcourt stripe. Avery Heilig has it back to the corner to Leah Kalkowski, back to Avery. Play a little hot potato here. Top of the key, Sagan Leach. Go ahead.
What you want to do against this 1-3-1, they're overloading that right side of the basketball court. You only got 3 defenders, maybe 4 over there, so you overload and try to mismatch, and then you get that backside defender to fall asleep, and then you sneak down and hopefully get somewhat of a layup.
Jump ball was called, stays with Louisville. Sagan has it. Decides to take a shot, up and no good. Ball bounces around.
Not a bad little jumper. What are we calling here? Ooh.
They called a jump ball. Coach Johnson was in disbelief.
I don't know, that whistle blew kind of early. I don't know if it blew it a little early or.
Look on Coach Johnson's face.
He didn't like it.
Did not like it at all. 16 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Still 14-point advantage, Elmwood-Murdock. Over Delaney Fromm on the elbow.
They're going to block off double screen. Oh, good defense by Louisville. They kept that girl from going up the middle.
Shot by Bailey Fromm is up and no good. Air ball tipped by Sela Rickley with .3 to go in this quarter. Louisville basketball.
Coach Johnson did a good job scouting that play. They had a special setup and didn't quite get the chance to run it.
And there you go. That the buzzer sounds at the end of the third quarter. Elmwood-Murdock 34, Louisville 20.
I would imagine that's Louisville's best third quarter of the season. 14 points. I know watching film and following their scores, their third quarter has been one of their lower scoring quarters in the first 2 games of the season. So to come out of the locker room at half and score 14 is they definitely bought into whatever they practiced and talked about yesterday. And I would imagine it was coming out with a little spunk. And I think playing man-to-man has helped them with that. A little more energy, a little more fight. They can be a little more aggressive in man-to-man.
My math skills are correct. That quarter was all Louisville, 14-8. Meanwhile, that 20-point advantage has been reduced to 14. Okay, that quarter break was brought to you by Family Dental. Louisville Family Dental, bringing smiles to rural Nebraska. Piper Larson's practice in Louisville offers preventative services, restorations, whitening, traditional orthodontics, Invisalign, Botox, and more. Call them at 402-234-3000 to schedule an appointment. Thanks, Louisville Family Dental, for your support of Louisville activities in athletics. Starting the fourth quarter, it'll be Louisville basketball. Jalen will pass in to Sagan. Comes across next to the logo, midcourt.
Staying in that 1-3-1. Sometimes how they're not trapping up there on top makes it difficult to find that open player. Louisville's passing better.
Shot was up and no good. Came down in Lexi Bacon's hands. Quickly up court, Elmwood-Murdock has the ball. Laney Fromm at the top of the key, moving towards the side. Passes to Lexi Bacon. Bacon over to Tam Backemeyer. Ball looked clean.
Besides that foul, Brooke Smith was in great help side position. Sat on that left side, knowing she was going to turn left, waiting there for her, and just somebody got her on the arm here.
Ella actually got called for it. That's her third personal foul, team third of the half. Coach Johnson is not asking the referee, how you doing? He's just really upset with that right now. Brenna Schmidt, first free throw is up and good.
Free throws for both teams have been very good tonight. Not a lot of misses.
Second shot is up and good. Advantage Elmwood by 16.
Louisville's coming out with a little more tempo here. Not running their break, but pushing the ball up the court just a little more urgency in their offense.
Brooke Smith has it. A little well off the perimeter. Into Avery Heilig. Heilig passes out to Sagan Leach. Leach across to Ella Johnson. Bound in the corner to Smith. Smith dribbles, brings it up to Avery Heilig. Avery back to Brooke, who's looking for a shot. Decided against it. Ball's quickly moved around to Ella Johnson.
They're still running 1-3-1, and Louisville came out with a little bit different offensive look there, a little bit more movement. And there again on that backside defender just kind of lost her and got lulled to sleep, and wide open layup.
Quickly, Elmwood-Murdock here. Taking it down to the baseline. Laney Fromm gets it into Schmidt. Schmidt's looking for Bacon. Bacon out to Zierett. Zierett to the top to Backemeyer, who's a little spark plug, just moving around. Jitterbug quickly moving down the court. Into Schmidt. Her shot is up and no good. Foul called. She's going to be going to the line shooting 2. Foul's going to be on number 33, Jalen Gaston. That's her second personal foul. That's team foul number 4 of the half.
Jalen was in great help side. She could have gotten there just a wee bit earlier, but she was right. I mean, she got there. She had her arms set and straight, and Louisville's done a really good job of making sure that backside help gets there and gets there quickly.
Schmidt's first shot was up and good at the line, 3 for 3. Her second shot is up and good. She's 4 for 4 from the line with 14 points. Quickly up court, Louisville goes, trying to catch them asleep as they were walking back down to the corner. To Leah Kalkowski, the ball goes.
Oh, you got her.
Over to Avery Heilig. Avery down to Leah. Jalen tried to screen Backemeyer, who's just pesky, just right up in their face on defense. Pass was denied going into Jalen Gaston by Schmidt. Backemeyer has the ball.
I think Elmwood might have been in a 2-3 zone there, or a really, really flat 1-3-1.
Pass by Backemeyer was taken away by Brooke Smith. Over the wing, down the corner, Smith. Smith gets it in to Gaston, back out
Good
to Heilig,
find.
who's got it up for three, and it's good.
That's a great inside out, and that's what you need to do with that height in there. Kick it in, get that defensive drop, and find that open girl on the perimeter.
25-38, still Elmwood-Murdock, 13-point advantage here, 5:29 to go in the ball game.
Louisville staying in that man-to-man, making it a little harder for, great step around. Grab the ball.
Lost the handle, though, ended up in the hands of Lainey Fromm, back to Elmwood-Murdock.
That was really solid defense by Jay Lynn.
Quickly over to Zero down the wing. Brooke Smith going in, reaching in. Bacon has it, loses the handle. Jump ball's called, he's gonna stay with Elmwood-Murdock. Bailey Fromm will check into the lineup for Tatum Backemeyer. Although Tatum Backemeyer has not showed up that often on the point sheet, she's been pretty pesky right there, setting up offense, getting the open shots.
It's a great out of bounds play. She just muscled, Bacon just muscled way through and finished well around the rim.
Double digits for Lexi Bacon, now with 11. Three-point shot up, no good off the iron for Avery Heilig. Quickly down court. Shades of quick basketball. It looked like there might have been a walk. Shot was up. Off the top, the backboard. Schmidt got it, put it right back in.
There was some height advantage. If you box her out, get low and get a butt into her, you'll get the call there. But, man, when she's 6'5", you can just reach right over the top and avoid that call. Coach Johnson's taking his last time out here. Try to settle him in. There's 4.5 minutes. Louisville's got a shot. They stay composed. They get good shots quickly. The key is, once again, you can't score 20 in one possession, but step it up on defense. Looks like Hans taking over the huddle here. Hans usually a defensive guy. Be ready for a change maybe on defense or a little bit more pressure.
All right, here this timeout is brought to you by Whitty Physical Therapy. They strive to be more than just your local physical therapy clinic. Like the big chains who have locations everywhere, they spend 90% of their marketing dollars in Cass County and the towns they serve, and not on the physicians that write the referrals. They support schools, local organizations, local youth sports, local churches, and other entities to help keep the community thriving. We also sponsor Student of the Week program, where we receive nominations from local school districts for deserving students, then spend the money and time to advertise with the Plattsmouth Journal, community websites, and social media to get these students the recognition they deserve. When you choose Whitty Physical Therapy, you're choosing to help support your local community and keep it thriving. Once again, thank you, Whitty Physical Therapy and Wellness, for your support of Louisville activities. Coming back in after the timeout, looks like Elmwood-Murdock's going to make some adjustments. Claire Ernst will check in, Jordan Vogler as well, and CeeLo Rickley. Louisville will come back out with the same lineup that went out in the timeout.
And Elmwood-Murdock staying in that 1-3-1.
Quickly back in. Sagan Leach comes by the logo near the bench. Quickly over the corner, Leah. Over to Avery. Avery ball fake. Into Ella Johnson. Quick back out to Leah Kalkowski. Ball bouncing around quickly. Passes quick. Trying to find that open shot. Avery Heilig up for three. It's going to be short.
Good board. Leah Kalkowski again with the rebound. She just finds the spot and it's where she needs to be.
The bulldog is how I picture Leah's mentality as she fights for those boards. 44, Brenna Schmidt. That's her second personal foul. That's going to be team foul number 3 in the half for Elmwood-Murdock. 25-42 with 3:56 to go.
Off center box set, trying to get Avery a quick three. Right through Ella's hands there. Oh, good fight by Sagan. What are they going to call here?
Called a travel on Sagan.
Just didn't quite get her balance. Didn't quite get her footwork. I thought maybe there could have been a little bump there, but.
Quickly in. Pass by Vogler to Fromm. Fromm quickly up court to Ernst. Quickly down to Rickley. Blocked by Leah Kalkowski out of bounds.
Looked like Hahn was going with a quick. Coach Hahn was going with a quick trapping press. Elmwood broke it pretty quick. Louisville wasn't quite setting it, but they hustled back and got that quick block.
Still down 17, but they're still fighting, trying to stay in this ball game. Elmwood-Murdock fans wanted Schmidt to take the shot.
She had no interest.
And that's why they're not the coach. Top of the key, Fromm has it, gets it out to Vogler. Brooke Smith trying to reach in, trying to knock it loose. Rickley being guarded by Kalkowski. Over to Fromm, gets it into Schmidt. Quickly back
Good
out to
help
Fromm.
side. Good help side. That was good patience by Elmwood-Murdock, and Louisville made him work for it.
Foul's going to be called on number 11, Sagan Leach. That's her second personal foul. That's going to be team foul number 5 for the half. Going to the line, shooting 2 is going to be number 14, Bailey Fromm. Bailey Fromm's first shot is up and no good. That's her first free throw attempt on the night. 6 points, 2 rebounds, and a steal.
Couple subs coming back in for Elmwood-Murdock. He rotates them through.
Coach Johnson did mention, and the ball's in and out, but Bacon with the rebound. Shot's up and no good. Quickly back out to Fromm. Vogler helped there. Rickley with the ball. Quickly down the lane. Layup is up and good. 44-25, 3:03 to go. Coach Johnson did say they would get a lot of different looks the way they rotate girls in and out. They're going to get different groupings out there on the court. Brooke Smith up for a 3. Up and good. 28-44 with 2:47 to go.
Avery Heilig attacked that middle well, got some defenders to collapse, and found Brooke for that open look.
Elmwood-Murdock quickly down court. Bailey Fromm thought about it.
Good hustle. Avery Heilig getting on the floor, getting dirty. Don't call timeout. Louisville is out of timeouts. He called timeout with no timeouts at the technical.
They're going to call the foul on number 15, Claire Ernst of Elmwood-Murdock. That's going to be team foul number 4, and that's Claire Ernst's first personal foul of the game with 2:33 to go in the ball game.
2.5 minutes left. There's still time. You get a couple quick buckets. Key is stops on defense for Louisville. They've got to get stops, and they've got to get them quick.
Got to be fast with these shots and make sure they're sure. Quickly out to Sagan Leach. Back to the corner. Leah Kakowski gets it into Jalen.
Great move. Good move. Just a little softer, and that ball goes in.
Surrounded by 3 Elmwood-Murdock Knights. Ended up in Bacon's hand. Gets to the Fromm. Quickly down the base at the post to Vogler. Her shot is up and good.
She denied her the first time. Wasn't going to throw it to her like, nah, we're going to run our offense. And Louisville left her open and couldn't resist.
Quick
good
down
take.
to Lee Kalkowski. Shot is up. No good. She's going to be fouled as she went up for that layup.
It's a good attack on that baseline, knowing where she's at on the court. Didn't get underneath the hoop and gave herself a chance.
Celia Rickley's first personal foul of the ball game. 5th of the half for the team. Leah's at the line shooting 2. Leah's currently 0 for 1. Or 0 for 1 now.
Louisville has not shot a lot of free throws tonight, and that just tells you that they're could attack the basket a little bit harder, and they might need to here toward the end. Hit some threes and attack hard.
Second shot is up and no good. Rebound, Bailey Fromm. That was the other thing I noticed. We haven't been in the bonus either half of this basketball game tonight.
No, both teams playing zone defense. You tend to not foul quite as much when you're playing zone defense. Those fouls usually come on the rebounds, not as much on ball fouls.
Coach Dwyer's going to send in a new Village, the next buzzer.
Oh, good
Layup,
finish.
it's up and good. Tatum Beckemeyer, 48-28, 1:24 to go.
I would imagine some quick shots going up here, try to score quick.
1:15 and counting.
Can't stop the clock besides a foul anymore. Wally doesn't, or Coach Johnson doesn't have any timeouts left.
Foul's going to be number 14. That's her second personal foul, Bailey Fromm. Team 6 of the half. And into the lineup, like I mentioned, a small Village of Elmwood-Murdock Knights.
Coach Dwyer cleared his bench, giving some of those younger girls an opportunity, or girls that haven't seen the court yet tonight.
Quickly in. Sagan Leach. Sagan gets to the top of the key, gets over to Ella Aberg. Ella gets a screen by Kalkowski. Back to Kalkowski. Ball's tipped out of bounds by number 30, Maddie Justison.
Louisville's running their pick and roll offense, and once again, Leah doesn't have a whole lot of height, but kudos to her. She knows playing a post position. She knows her job. playing a position that she might not practice a lot, but understands her team's offense and what she can do to help.
Sagan Leach taking a break. Riley Bennett into the lineup for the Lions.
That might be the first time Sagan's come out tonight.
I believe so. Shot is up and good by Avery Heilig, down 18 with 52 seconds to go.
I don't think Avery's come out.
I think Avery's been in this entire ball game. Playing the Iron Man, knowing that you need someone to score. Abby playing tough defense. Leah getting called for the reach. It's going to be third personal foul of the night for Leah. That's going to be team foul number 6.
Big effort by Avery Heilig. That's a lot of minutes.
Ball's brought in. Number 32, J.C. Fleshman. Over to Claire Ernst, being guarded by Riley Bennett. Over to Vogler. Vogler being guarded by Bruce. Over to Fleshman. Fleshman gets you do with her dribble. Over to Vogler. Vogler over to Justison. In to number 24, Cassidy Calloway. Shot is up and no good. Ball bouncing around. Back out to Ernst. Ernst thought about a three-point shot. Almost hacked by Bennett. Referees are content letting this one play out. Shot is up and no good. Rebound, Riley Bennett, but tipped away. And that final buzzer will end the ball game. Elmwood-Murdock 48, your Louisville Lions 30. Once again, thank you for joining us here for the Lions Den, the home opener for the Louisville Lady Lions. Coming in out on the short end, 48-30, along with Molly Steeren and Chase Rasby from Master Control flipping the switches. This is Nick Krause thanking you for joining us here tonight. Have a great